I believe my husband is deceased. He's stiff and he's wounded. He might have had a heart attack. I don't know.
Did you just find him?
No, actually, it happened last night.
Welcome back. That was a 911 call placed by Danielle Redlick, a woman accused of the death of her husband back in 2019. Michael Redlick, a former NBA executive for the Memphis Grizzlies, was found dead in his Winter Park, Florida home. Redlick's wife, Danielle, called police to report his death, but not until 11 hours after he was fatally wounded after an argument. Danielle initially, as you heard there, claimed that I think he might have had a heart attack, but then changed her story when questioned by the 911 operator.
He was not okay last night. We had altercation, and he stabbed himself, and I ran into the bathroom, and then when I came out, I tried to help him, and I saw he was lying in blood. And then I tried to help him, and I couldn't.
Danielle Redlick told investigators the couple had that argument and that somehow Michael stabbed himself. Turned out he stabbed himself a bunch of times. Detectives learned that the couple had a tumultuous relationship with constant fights about infidelity and dating apps. Complicating things a little further, Michael Redlick was once Danielle's stepfather. Yes, Danielle's mother, Kathleen, was married to Michael Redlick. She died of cancer. After her death, Danielle and Michael fell in love and got married. Despite their 20-year age gap, Danielle Redlick faces second-degree murder and also tampering with physical evidence. If convicted, she could spend, of course, the rest of her life in a Florida prison. A think tank still with us. Michael Bixson, Brian Watkins, and Ian Friedman. Michael, this is it's a crazy story. The fact that he may have had a heart attack. Oh, wait, he stabbed himself a bunch of times because we got in an argument. 911 calls go a long way, do they not, at trial?
Oh, absolutely. And especially when you're talking about inconsistencies like this. At first, maybe it was a heart attack, but then he stabbed himself, and not just stabbed himself, but stabbed himself multiple times with multiple knives, I believe, actually. That's not great. I mean, for any defense attorney, you go, ooh, that's not the best case I've heard. Now, I certainly hear that, she's claiming that it was self-defense now, but even that is another problem because that's inconsistent with what she first called in as well. And so I definitely think they have a uphill battle ahead, to say the least.
Ian, does he used to be my stepdad and then he turned into my husband. Is that just a red herring that might come out at trial that the defense might kind of try to use in a weird, like, manipulative way? That she was a prisoner for years, and that then, boom, she snapped.
Well, the defense is definitely going to have to come up with something novel like that. I don't know if that's it, because it's not the greatest place to start. When anyone hears it, unfortunately, they're going to look at her and him and say, what kind of folks are these? It's not a good place. It makes it more hard for jurors to relate to them. So it's not a good fact. Michael brings up the fact, the importance of the 911, no doubt about it. But here, the problem, as I see it, is she claims self-defense and the stabbing and so forth. What happened after that, though, is going to be, Ted, just as difficult as kind of that fact about what the familial relationship was to him. Usually, obviously, we all look right to the camera, but there's so much here. If you look at the arrest warrant in this case that was done by the arresting officer, they state, and again, now this is just the police saying it, the defense, we don't know their case, we don't know how they're going to challenge it, but if this is what it is, if these are the facts, even after challenging, evidence of her cleaning the blood with towels, bleach, mopping, removing his clothing, saying she did CPR when the hospital shows that there was no evidence of that whatsoever, no evidence of the knife wound being self-inflicted, bruises elsewhere to his body. She stated there were no text messages as she had reported. She said, well, he and I were texting before. Those weren't there. It goes on and on. Here's what really bothers me, and this almost circles back to what you were saying about the relationship and how jurors are going to look at her. The forensic analysis of her phone showed that 2 hours before she dialed 911. So this is 9 hours after time of death. She was online on a dating site called Meet Mindful. That to me is going to be something that, if that's true, and if the defense doesn't have some explanation for that, that shows her to be cold-hearted. I think that one's going to be really hard to get by. And I just want to say one last thing. One sentence that's really going to come in throughout this. All the witnesses who are talking about the history of violence and the turbulence between these two, they've testified, as it's set forth in the arrest warrant, that the deceased several times over the course of the relationship said, yeah, I'll get back with her as long as I hide the steak knives. You can't make this stuff up.
Yeah, Brian, opening statements should be very entertaining because that's when we're going to get a little bit of a clue on what they've concocted for a defense.
You know, it shocks me to know that 9 hours, you know, since the death to the 911 call, and that's what she came up with. 9 hours. She tries to clean the blood and she calls 911 with a story like that. It blows my mind. And the problem with it is this has to be a self-defense case. You know what the problem with the self-defense case is? Your defendant has to testify. Doesn't seem like she's going to be a good witness. And that's going to be a huge problem for the defense.
She will have to testify, Michael, one would think, because, you know, it's got to be one of those, yes, I lied, I did it, but here's why, and here's how it really happened. I'm telling the truth this time. And to pull that off, it can be near impossible.
Oh, absolutely. And like I said before, the biggest problem are the inconsistencies in her statements. They will grill her if she takes that stand. I'm pretty confident in saying that they will tear her apart. So, you know, you take what you got, and maybe it's a self-defense case, but, you know, I can't imagine that it's going to be a great one.
Yeah, we're going to find out. We're going to find out soon. Danielle Redlick's trial is set to begin this coming Monday, June 6th, with jury selection expected to last up to 3 weeks. Our cameras will be there, and it'll be our next live trial right here.